Hi there, this is Jason Dunn from Zune Thoughts, and today is a very special day. Here's why. I have in my possession two of the brand new Microsoft second edition Zunes, as in the V2. Now, these devices are in a media kit that I was sent today, and this is an unboxing of the media kit. So this is something obviously that most people are not going to be seeing, but I thought it might be interesting to see what Microsoft sends out to the press to actually review their units. So this is the box. It's fairly big, so let's just crack it open here and see what's inside. We have a little letter here that just describes what's inside the package, so we'll just set that aside. We have a book here that looks like it gives an overview of Zune Marketplace and the Zune products. So this is essentially a reviewer's guide. I'm sure there's lots of good info in there. We'll set that aside. Now here's the cool stuff. We have the Zune 8GB in green. So this is called the Zune 8. Now the packaging is quite similar to the V1 Zune, but obviously this is just a lot smaller. Same basic design overall. Looks pretty cool. We'll set that aside here. And then as well we have the Zune 80. So the Zune 80 is also in a smaller package. Everything is a little bit, actually significantly smaller than the original Zune packaging. And this is the 80GB version. So we'll just set that aside. Now also inside this box there's going to be some software. And I think they gave me a kit as well. Yeah, so this is the new home AV pack. I have the original AV pack, and it looks like they've definitely redesigned the dock. The remote control looks kind of similar, but the dock definitely looks a little bit different. And that is essentially it inside the box. Now let's get into the actual Zune. Alright, so let's take a look at the new Zune players. On the left we have the Zune 8 in green. Now this model is also going to come in pink and red, and there's also a black version. It's available in a 4GB and an 8GB version, and the specs will be online at ZuneThoughts.com. And then of course on the right we have the Zune 80, which is the 80GB hard drive player based Zune, but it only comes in black. So let's crack these open and take a look. I'm going to start with the Zune 8. We're just going to move the Zune 80 aside here. So all I've done is just cut the sides to crack this open here. So we have the box, and okay, this looks like it flips up. So there it is. There's the new Zune 8. I'm excited to hold one of these because I haven't actually seen it yet. Wow. That is so small compared to all of the other previous Zunes. So let's just, actually I should point out here there's some instructions that say slide your thumb up to scroll, touch to stop. So this is this sort of touchpad idea here, something that's quite new for the Zune, and indeed pretty much every other MP3 player on the market as far as I understand. So let's take off the plastic here. So feels definitely nice in the hand. Feels relatively thin. You know, again, we're not talking iPod Nano thin here for the latest generation, but it definitely feels nice. You can tell that it's metal because it's cold, but yeah, it definitely feels nice. Now, just by way of size comparison, we'll take a look at the other V1 Zune here. If we take a look at the width, you can tell that there's really no comparison. This Zune is at least half as small, half as thin rather, if not more so than the original Zune. But of course, we are talking a flash-based player, and we're talking a smaller screen as well. The screen is quite glossy. Looks nice overall. The finish looks like it's definitely more resistant to scratches than say an iPod finish, but I guess we will have to see. I'll set this aside and we'll take a look at what else is in the box. So we pop this open here, and it looks like we have some paperwork here. Yeah, it looks like warranty service materials. We don't really care so much about that. Basic configurations. Of course, what's interesting is that it looks like it is in Spanish. Of course, the Zune is still only being sold in the US, so we won't see a whole lot of languages offered. Welcome to the social is still a tagline to some degree, which some people have said it's not. There's two boxes here. It's going to be the sync and the headphones. We'll crack open the headphones and take a look here at them. So they actually have different headphone covers, so that's kind of cool. Now there is no orange flash-based Zune at the moment, but you know, I guess this is for people that like to accessorize maybe green and orange. It is kind of interesting there's no green headbuds for the green Zune, but anyway. And we take a look here at the headphones. The headphones look like they're a slightly evolved version of the original Zune headphones. I can't quite tell. Yeah, so they are actually magnetic. If you look closely at that, as I move closer, you can see them clip together. So they've kept that particular feature. I was actually quite impressed with the original Zune headphones. They sounded a lot better than many other default headphones on the market, so I'll have to see what I think of these. And then if I pop open the sync cable box here, pink tips. Interesting. These are, of course, just covers that you pop off. The Zune sync cable looks like it has remained exactly the same, so that's great, of course, for accessory compatibility. Now, I'll just set this all aside, and then I will take a look at the Zune 80. Okay, so what we have here is the Zune 80, available only in black. We're going to just take a look at it here. We'll pop it open, slides open. Just like the Zune 8, we have a little back flap here. So there is the Zune 80 in all of its glory. Little bottom flap here, we open it up. So, my first impression is that it's definitely thinner than the original Zune 30. It's got a nice metal finish on the back there, feels cool to the touch. And you can definitely tell that the screen is certainly bigger. Let's do a little size comparison here between the two products. So what we have on the right here is the Zune 80. What we have on the left is the original Zune 30. And if I show you the side view here, you can see that the Zune 30 is definitely thicker than the Zune 80, although there's not a huge difference here. It's significant when you hold it in your hands, but it's not a massive difference. Looks like everything on the bottom stay the same. The ports, we have a headphone jack on the top, and we have a lock button. And we'll set that aside for just a moment. Take a look at what else is in the box. I suspect it's going to be virtually identical to the Zune, flash-based Zune. Paperwork, manual, sync, and headphones. Pop open the sync cable. Oh, okay, there's pink tips on the sync cable. So maybe this is just Microsoft's branding. You notice that pink is a color on the side of the box, so, or on the bottom rather, so maybe this is just part of their branding style. I would prefer black, but you know, that's just me. And then if we take a look at the headphones, now these headphones are different. These are more like these are sort of the premier headphones. You can tell they're still magnetized on the base here, but they have a sort of fabric-based cable here, sort of a non-tangle, non-bend, which I think is actually fantastic because I use Ultimate Ears headphones, but my single biggest pet peeve about them is that they get a little bit too tangled. So we'll have to see how these sound, but we have little rubber tips on the end here. Of course, what I didn't hear, or what I didn't see, there we go, still in the box. We have a couple of different sizes here. It looks like probably small, large, and then we have mediums, and it looks like there's 2 replacements for mediums. So Microsoft definitely did what they were supposed to do with regards to the headphones. We will just set that aside here, and then we will just take a look at the 2 Zunes right next to each other. So again, we have the Zune 8 here, 8GB version, and the Zune 80. A pretty significant difference in overall size, as you can see. Feel pretty good in the hand, so I guess now we will have to recharge them, and we'll see what they perform like. I should actually also point out as well that on the Zune 8, on the flash-based Zune, the headphone jack is actually down at the bottom, which I don't like very much, but I guess they sort of ran out of room on the top. They have a lock button on the top, and they also have a lanyard loop there, so you can, of course, put your lanyard in there and hang the Zune around your neck. And the buttons, of course, are kind of interesting too. They're a little bit raised, but they have a bit of a rubberized finish to them. On the Zune 4 as well, we have the touchpad. I'm really interested to see how this is going to work in person. The buttons on the Zune 80 have sort of a similar feel, and we'll have to see how it looks once I power everything up. Thanks for watching.